What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Week 18 NFL video of my DFS podcast. We have quite a slate of games on Sunday. We also have 2 games on Saturday this week. We've had a lot of Saturday football as of late, which is always a good thing, but Sunday we have a ton of stuff to look at. Week 18 is the hardest week of the NFL season just because you have to, pick out which teams don't have anything to play for, who could be resting guys, after the first quarter or at halftime and whatnot. It takes a lot of research, so hopefully this video helps you guys out. I'm doing a free Guru credit code in this video, as I tweeted earlier. Just like and subscribe and put my alerts on so you don't miss any videos that I post throughout the year. We have 6 games on the early window at 1 o'clock Eastern. We have 7 games in the afternoon wave. We never see that during the season. 7 4 o'clock games is crazy. And then FanDuel even felt like adding in the night game too. I hate when the main slate includes that Sunday night football game. They used to do it a few years ago and now they don't. DraftKings took it off of their main slate. FanDuel has it on. I don't honestly hate it because it is such an important game this week. Excuse me. The Bills are playing for the playoffs. It's a great divisional matchup. It's probably the best game of the week, so FanDuel felt the need to add it into the main slate. So we'll talk about that. And after the first couple of my plays, I'll give you that Guru credit code. But first, I made a list. You guys can go on Google, do really anything to type in what teams don't have anything to play for so we can actively avoid picking any guys from these teams. I made a list. Week 18 teams with nothing to play for. First team, Ravens. They play on Saturday against the Steelers, so we're going to want to avoid the Ravens on that Saturday slate. And then we got the Browns, the Lions, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the 49ers, and the Rams all playing on Sunday. Now, Dan Campbell came out and said that he's going to play his starters because they want to win the game for the integrity of football. I mean, that's, fun and all, but I could easily see, Jared Goff, St. Brown, all those guys either not playing normal reps or just not playing in the entire second half. I don't see you. Why would you play your guys if it means nothing for the playoff race? I don't buy Dan Campbell. I don't see those Lions guys playing all 4 quarters. But again, these are the teams we're going to be actively avoiding in this video and on our lineups for Week 18. It's very important that you take note of this. So for quarterback, the Cowboys do have something to play for. They're already clinched into the playoffs, but they can play for better seeding. And obviously seeding is a big deal. Because you want to play, as easy as an opponent as possible in the playoffs. Cowboys are going to smash the Commanders. What do we got for a spread here? We have a 13-point spread, Cowboys on the road. Commanders arguably the worst all-around defense in the NFL. 31st against the pass, 32nd against the rush, or 25th against the rush, 32nd overall. Dak Prescott's going to do whatever he wants. He's been an unbelievable quarterback this year. Putting up massive stats week in and week out. 8,700 looks good. I did have Josh Allen in this video for a little bit. I ended up going to Dak Prescott just because they're projected for similar fantasy points, and Dak Prescott is a whole $800 cheaper. That's a lot of money to save. Josh Allen is going to need to play elite on Sunday night. It's a tough road matchup against the Dolphins, and there is a scenario where if the Bills lose, that they could end up missing the playoffs if other things happen. So Josh Allen's going to give it his all. I think he's going to have a great game. He's been playing well. But I like Dak Prescott at 8,700. This matchup is just beautiful. He should have no problem crushing this Commanders defense. Love Dak Prescott. And then I'll give you guys a cheaper quarterback as well. This Seahawks and Cardinals game is a really nice game. The Seahawks are on the verge of the playoffs. They're currently in right now, but they're going to have to win to solidify themselves. So the this game looks great. We have a 3-point spread. The Seahawks are favorites. It's a 47.5 over-under. We have a lot of lower over-unders this week. 47.5 is the second highest total, second to the Bills and Dolphins, which is at 48.5. So for value, this game looks great. I like Gino Smith at 7,300. Good matchup. The Cardinals defense isn't great. He's been pretty good all year. We can expect him to get 15 plus fantasy points. He has a great ceiling. 7,300 is a cheap price tag. Just a guy if you want to spend down on. I like Geno Smith, but for this video, I'm going with Dak Prescott with a A-plus matchup against the Commanders. For running back, I really like Rashad White. He's been a stud this year. The Bucs are out of the run, but it's a great matchup. There's going to be no reason to not just let everyone play for the last game of the year. The Carolina Panthers are one of the worst rushing defenses in the league. Rashad White had a pretty bad game last week. I fully expect him to bounce back here. It's a great matchup. He's been putting out a ton of fantasy points. Other than last week, if you look at his games prior to last week, he's been on a roll. We can expect him to get anywhere from 14 to 20 fantasy points. And he's expected to get in the end zone as well. The odds are saying that he'll get in the end zone more likely than he won't. So I like spending up at 7,700 on Rashad White. He looks really good for the Bucs because it's just a good matchup. He's their number one. They don't really utilize a backup guy. And I hope people are off of him just because he had an off week last week. He's been great all season long. For that Guru credit code, you got to be signed in, fd-guru.com. This is where you get all your lineups. It will be a busy day on fdguru.com on Sunday with all the games going on. Go to the shop page. This is where you... hold on, my site's kind of screwing up real quick. This is where you get all your usual credits on the shop page. These credits get you all FanDuel and DraftKings lineups that I post. I put a ton of content on this website to help you guys out. We have a promo bar or coupon bar, and you want to do week 18 coins. Week 18 coins. And when you hit apply coupon... Oh, wait. You know what? I'm sorry. It's week 18 credits. My fault. Week 18 credits, not coins. All caps. And then we'll see the coupon successfully applied. I had a feeling I was going to forget that, but nonetheless, week 18 credits, and you'll get 15 free credits added into your balance as a nice little promo giveaway for our last regular season NFL game now, or NFL week. I have NFL playoff memberships open as well. All the regular season memberships don't include it. I always keep playoffs separately to keep things more organized for me. So if you're interested in FanDuel or DraftKings playoff memberships, please message me. They're at a pretty cheap discount. And I do DM groups, so we get discussions going and all that jazz. So message me about that. I can set you up very quickly. Going over to wide receiver, we're going to get cheap here just to save some money. Now, if you're picking Dak Prescott and you can find a way, pairing CeeDee Lamb against this terrible Commanders defense, really good idea. He's $10,000. It's for good reason. He's been an unbelievable wide receiver this year. So if you're picking Dak and you can fit CeeDee, go for it. Our cheap value receiver, we're going to go to the Cardinals. Like I said, I like this Seahawks and Cardinals game a lot. The Cardinals have nothing to play for, but they're still going to play. The teams who are already out of the playoffs, you don't really have to worry about anything. They're still going to play their guys just because they don't have to rest for anything. They're going right into the offseason. So Kyler Murray's going to be playing. All these Cardinals guys are going to be playing. Again, it's the teams that are already in the playoffs and have nothing to play for. Why would you play them and bang them up? But Greg Dortch was their number one receiver in Week 17. Marquise Brown was on the IR. He's done. We saw Dortch step up in a big way. Obviously, Trey McBride is probably their number one actual target. He's a tight end. But Dortch over the middle in the slot. Murray was throwing to him. 5,500, great price. The Seahawks, 27th overall defense. For the millionth time, I really like this game on both sides for offenses because the Cardinals and Seahawks defenses are not good. We saw him get 7 targets for 7 catches. Great catch rate, 100%, 82 yards. At 5,500, we just need him to get, anywhere over 6 fantasy points, and we're feeling pretty good. I like this game to be a shootout. I like Dortch. He's going to play a bunch of snaps like he did last week, and he should get targets. He found a way to get open. He's had other games this year where he found a ton of targets, so it's not like last week was a fluke. And then, over the last month or so, he's gotten in the end zone a couple of times too. So there's pretty, there's not a ton of sub 6,000 guys that we can be, moderately comfortable with. I think Greg Dortch fits that criteria. I think we can be pretty comfortable at spending down on Dortch. He looks good as a value play at 5,500. For tight end, I think there's really only 2 guys to target, and it's fairly simple. It's not Kelsey. The Chiefs are on that list. I don't see him playing full snaps. Lions are on that list. I don't see Laporta playing full snaps. Browns are on that list. I don't see Njoku playing full snaps. It's the next 2 guys. Evan Engram, Jaguars are coming up on a huge game for their playoff hopes. It's a big, big game for them. They need to win it. I like Evan Engram at 6,800. You could go to Trey McBride as well, like I was just talking about with Greg Dortch. Those are the top 2 targets on the Cardinals. Now you have Rondale Moore and I think is it Michael Wilson on the Cardinals? Yeah, Michael Wilson and Rondale Moore too. But it was Dortch and McBride who got the targets last week as the top 2 guys. I like McBride again. I like Evan Engram again. The Jaguars are banged up. They're still without Christian Kirk. Is Zay Jones out too still? He might be coming back. Limited practice, he might be coming back. Either way, it doesn't really matter for Evan Engram as the tight end. He's been a stud this year. He has a ton of catches. One of the maybe top 5 tight ends in the league this year, at least for fantasy. 6 targets, 6 catches last week against a tough Carolina pass defense, 60 yards. Week before that, he had 15 targets. So Lawrence is going to go to him. I think Lawrence actually might be out. I'm not sure. He's limited again. Either way, I don't really care if Lawrence is playing or whoever the backup is. Evan Ingram's going to get his targets. It's a must-win game. Trevor Lawrence is an absolute dog, and he plays through injuries. I'd be very, very surprised if he doesn't play in a very important Week 18 game for the Jaguars. Engram at 6,800 looks good. The tight ends in general don't look great. Kittle's on the list for the 49ers. They have nothing to play for. And then it just gets a little wonky as we go further down the list. But Evan Engram, Trey McBride, those are definitely the top 2 guys on my list for tight ends this week. And then for defense, this is easy. We want to spend down on defenses this week. All you got to do is pick a normally bad defense playing a team that has nothing to play for, and that's what we're doing with the Chargers. The Chiefs have nothing to play for. We could see all these Chiefs backups on offense playing in the second quarter or maybe even in the first quarter if Mahomes even starts. Vegas seems to think that the Chiefs are playing all backups for the whole game because the spread here is only 3 points. The Chargers are 3.5-point favorites against the Chiefs, and it's a 35 over-under. Perfect time to spend down. We don't have to worry about, normal Chiefs offensive guys playing well. Just an easy spend down. The Chargers defense has been bad all year, which is why they're 3,300, but it's just a different scenario in Week 18. The Chargers are going to be playing against a B squad in the Chiefs, so easy spend down. I didn't even really look at other scenarios for defenses, but I bet you can find other spots with defenses playing teams that have nothing to play for. That'll do it for this video, guys. Again, message me about NFL playoff memberships. We have 2 games on Saturday. We'll be playing that as usual, and then a very busy NFL Sunday Week 18. Like this video, subscribe. Hope this helps, guys. Until next time, I am the FD Guru. Peace.